I have a feeling I'm going to spend a lot of time down on my knees today, but at least that's good practice for something, right? Welcome back to Warrior's Edge, and welcome back to day 12 of your 30-day push-up challenge. My name is Andrew. If this is the first time we have met, I am very exhausted today. If you have done this with me since day one, you're probably really feeling the fatigue as well. If you are coming into this video nice and cold, maybe it's your first time here, or maybe you've given some days in between, then lucky you. My arms already feel like they're about to fall off, but a few more days until a dedicated rest day. I cannot wait. You know the rules by now if you've been around. If not, quick recap. We have 12 minutes. We perform 1 push-up in minute 1 and 12 push-ups in minute 12, and we add the push-ups in between along the way. So we have a total of 78 push-ups today in that 12-minute span. Again, I'm very tired from the last few days, so I will probably spend a lot of these push-ups down on my knees today because we are not even halfway through and I need to preserve my joints. But as always, grab a stopwatch. 1 push-up to perform right at the first minute. So as always, set your stopwatch, 12 minutes on the clock, and go. I'm gonna talk through the first one. So just 1 nice, strong push-up to start. And then we relax. I'm gonna just work into my wrist joints today, work into my shoulder joints a little bit more. And then I'm also going to not really talk that much, but here just in the first minute or two, again, to just really encourage you to get into your joints and to start just pumping these push-ups out. And then when you get into the harder minutes, around 8, 9, 10 plus, it's okay if you don't make it the whole way. That's what happened to me yesterday in minute 11. It may happen to me again today. And then we come into the idea of what happens if you do not finish your push-ups, which we have talked about before, but I'm going to get these 2 out of the way for the next round. And then talk about it again. Last thing I'll say before I switch over into voiceover, if you hit your 12th minute today and you still have push-ups to perform, either stop and just record what you've done and try to do better tomorrow, or take a break, come back, just finish your reps whenever you can or whenever you would like to, as long as it's by the end of the day. So that's all I'm gonna say here for now. I'll switch over to the voiceover to talk you through the rest of practice, but we all might be hitting the first day together today where we don't finish all the push-ups at the end. And I'm just basing that off of how I did yesterday. And with that in mind, I think I'm gonna hit my knees on the next 3 push-ups. About 15 seconds or so until I get there, switching over to voiceover, and then I'll be back live at the end of these 12 minutes. Good luck. Good luck indeed, because we all need that today. I definitely need that. I know I'm coming down to my knees for so much of it, which, again, sometimes I get in my head about myself. So if you are the type of person who also gets into your head about using your knees for any of it, then please don't. Right here, if you see, I'm just doing a little bit of a half cow face bind with my right arm and then with my left, and I'm working into my shoulder rotation and mobility. So that's something that I recommend that you also do throughout your practice here, because it's a lot of heavy load in your shoulders and in your arms. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of those along the way. Always have some nice little pull downs here. And we're moving in to the next round. I believe I'm on 4 push-ups now here at this time, still sticking down on my knees. Like I said, I was going to spend most of my time down there today, and I'm curious for myself what it will be like one day to return to this video and to try this maybe just on its own, or after a couple of days rest, or maybe just come back here at the end of the challenge to see what it would be like to do it a little bit more fresh, because at the moment I'm really starting to feel the fatigue from all of the first few days, like I've said. So it's been a lot of heavy load, but it's also crazy that I'm a few days away from my first rest day, and that even within that, it's like the smallest amount of push-ups that I'm gonna have to do, and I'm already halfway through adding on for the month. But I think the rest days are very important, so take them when you need them. I think I'm going for diamond push-ups here on purpose with my knees down. I'm trying to work on that little gut over there. That's what I'm trying to do. I've been drinking too much beer. That's what started all this challenge. It's probably not very helpful commentary if I make anybody laugh while they're doing this, but truly, if you are just doing this video for the first time, then welcome. And part of the reason that I did do this for myself was because I just turned 37, and the number one of this challenge was the day of my birthday, and I just decided to celebrate by showing myself what I could do. But this really has been a very interesting challenge, at least for me so far. So if you haven't done it since day one, I do encourage you to do so. And even if you haven't done since day one, but maybe have done a few or a lot, I am interested to see what the challenge has been like for you. Oh, am I trying my knees up again? Oh, I've got it. All right. Hey, I'll take the knees up when I can. At the end of all of this, on the final day, if you can do 16 push-ups per minute for 29 minutes, then in the last minute you will only have to do one. I'm just going to put that out there for now, because that's what I tell myself. And I haven't even gotten to do 16 push-ups in 1 minute yet. Maybe you have. Maybe you're coming back from a future date. But the Andrew that has just come off of the mat and is really loving that shoulder stretch and that little tricep stretch as well, because my arms are feeling it. And I'm interested to see how yours are feeling too. So if you're still pushing up right now, it's alright. If you're down on your knees, wide arm variation with your hands in a diamond or whatever. But breathe into your triceps. If you're doing this right, you should be feeling this in your triceps, and you should be feeling this in the area where your shoulder and your pecs and your outer chest kind of meet. Because again, you don't want to feel too much front lobe pressure in your shoulders. And if you're pressing correctly into your wrists, in that inner part where we talked about in the earlier videos, so if you haven't been there, then that little kind of cartilage space in between your thumb and your forefinger, that really does matter a lot, because even out of everything for me personally at this time that is fatigued, I feel my freaking calves at this time. But my wrists have been perfectly fine this whole entire time out of anything, and I hope that I don't regret saying that later on. But it really is about that weight distribution and making sure that your shoulders don't really sink too low, and that you put the pressure correctly into your hands. I'm going back up to knees up. Oh, I got it. I have an issue with kind of sending my booty a little too high when I press up. So do as I say and not as I do in that regard, and keep your core engaged. You do want to aim to have your hips as in line with your shoulders as you can. And when they're down, again, you still want to keep everything engaged, and you want to let your hips lower down with your shoulders. So again, it's not you just dipping your shoulders down to the earth. Oh, I'm going back up. Dang, this far in. Do I got it? Did I make it? Oh, I did. Dang. All right. It's literally only been 2 hours for me since I've done this, and it's crazy to watch this back. Half commentary, half cues over here. Going in to, what is this, the 7th, 8th minute? Here, I think I've got 4 push-ups that I have to do. I'm taking them all down on my knees. Also, when you come down, focus on that 45-degree bend in your elbows. 4 push-ups done for me. That child's pose comes in a lot handy for me. Oh, wait, more than 4 push-ups. That's right, we're in ascending. Listen, I'm swimming in push-ups these days, I'm telling you. I forget how many that I have to do now then. But anyway, when you add on more like this,
you may run out of time. And I have talked about this a lot. And spoiler alert, we're 3 minutes out, but it's about to happen to me. And if you can't finish that set in that minute, you just put that amount of push-ups into the next round. And since we're on Ascending Days, it just gets harder to do, and that last round really has a big stack. Even if you don't have any previous push-ups to add to it, that last round has a lot. I'm on 10 push-ups here right now in this round, and then I still have 11, and then I have 12. And if you cannot complete your reps, which, again, spoiler, I struggle with the 12th minute today, then you just continue on your own, but give yourself a little break, because I'll give a little goodbye at the end. But for now, focus on those 10. And I know 10 feels easy in some regard and hard in a lot of others. If you did the first 3 or 4 days together, then that was only 10 push-ups all in all. So it's crazy to think about how far you've come already. So we have 11, which is where I gassed out yesterday. I really finished hard in that 11th minute. And for me, progress today was that I had a few seconds to spare, even though I wasn't able to complete it at the very end. But again, that's a little spoiler, mostly for me. You can see that I have a really big struggle there, and it's okay if that happens. And even though it's instructed that there's the rest days coming soon, you can take them whenever you need them. And even at this time, I say what they are, and I have them dedicated, but I might need to take a few more of them myself. So we're about to finish up right here, nice and strong. Again, I just go from my knees to a little push-up back into a child's pose. And again, I had 6 seconds this time to spare for that. I'm heading into the last minute to hit those 12. I don't quite get there. And I didn't even... When you are unable to push yourself back up from your knees down, then you know you're starting to fatigue. But 42 seconds left on the clock. I already know that I'm not going to make it, but I still show up and give it my best. So last 30-second pop right here. If you're in that last 30-second pop as well, try to get out as many as you can. You have got this. Stay stable. 20 seconds to go. Keep breathing. Use your knees if you need to. This nice little child's pose, little flow into a half push-up with your knees down is definitely something I recommend. But that's it for my voiceover. I'll see you all tomorrow.
That is 12 minutes. I still have 4 push-ups to do. Oh man, that was really, really tough for me at the end. Even having my knees down the whole time like that was just very difficult for me to do, but that's fine. If you're done, then you're done. If not, option to just pause and come back whenever you are ready. Otherwise, again, just track what you did and come back tomorrow to try to do better. I owe 4. I'll come back in a minute to finish those up. Just gonna shake it out, grab some water, towel off. For myself, I'm just going to get right back into it. On day 15, we'll start in on proper intervals. So you'll have a few rounds at a time and then get a dedicated rest if you want it. So that things like this are maybe less likely to happen because you have more time throughout the day in between your intervals, so you don't completely just gas yourself out right away. If and when you need to do additional push-ups, if you don't finish in your set, you can or cannot time them. It's up to you. Otherwise, you can just get them out at your own leisure, knees up or knees down, whatever works. So I'll either see you in a couple of minutes or I'll see you tomorrow for day 13 when we do 91 push-ups in that 13-minute span. If you've done since day 1, you crossed over the 300 push-ups total threshold for the month. So great job. Starting basically tomorrow, every day you'll pass some sort of 100 and it won't be very long before you even pass on the thousands. So I'll see you tomorrow or I'll see you in a few. I'm just as sweaty as I was a minute ago because I've only just gotten up, taken a sip of water, wiped off my face, and I just have 4 push-ups to get through. I'm going to do my best to do all 4 of them with my knees up. Maybe, I don't know, I'm still pretty tired from just finishing up, so I'm just gonna give it my best. 4, at least, is not that bad to have to carry over here, but I do feel like my arms are about to fall off. They're like, what are you doing? You're getting ready for another push-up. I can't believe this. Oh, arms, you're so early. Hell yeah. I'm proud that I was able to get that done. It also makes me very much look forward to the intervals coming up in a couple of days, because just a little bit of rest can really help you go a long way. As it is, I've either said goodbye to you already, or maybe you're still working, maybe you're not, but either way, this video is done, and I'll see you for day 13 tomorrow.